weekend workout, a 20 to 30 minute Pilates and yoga inspired workout. Today we're going to be doing a lot of Pilates activities, but we're also going to work a little bit outside the box. So let's begin on our backs. Knees are going to be bent, heels in line with the sits bones, arms by the sides. We're in a good neutral position here. And if you'd like more information on neutral, please check out my other videos or go to my website, www.custompilatesandyoga.com. We're going to start with some imprints. So nice long spine, inhale into the sides of the ribs, exhale, low belly draws to the spine. Using Pilates, breathing with the inhale through the nose to return back to neutral, exhale through pursed lips. Inhale, neutral, exhale. And do 3 more on your own. Good, back to neutral. Now we're going to tilt the pelvis the other way. We've worked on imprint, and now we're going to tilt the pelvis so that we feel a heavy weight. We feel ourselves rolling onto the sacrum, and this creates more of an arch to the low back. Okay, I'll raise my arms so you can see. So here is my neutral position, and then I'm going to inhale, find the arch to the low back. Exhale back to neutral. Now this movement is going to be a whole lot less than the pelvic tilt. Inhale to find the arch. Exhale back. Inhale. Exhale. 3 more on your own. Now we're going to go side to side. This one's a little more challenging. You want to make sure that you're grounded through your feet. Make sure your knees stay stable. Now think of letting your right hip drop and your left hip lift up without letting your knees collapse to the side. And now come back to center. We're going to go the other way. Left hip drops, right one lifts up and back to center. Right hip drops, left one lifts, and back to center. Left hip drops, right one lifts, and back to center. 1 more each side. Right hip drops, and back to center. Left hip drops, and back to center. Okay, now we're going to do an exercise called pelvic bowl. I want you to imagine that your pelvis right now has a bowl in it. The bowl just sits right in here, and the bowl is filled up to the brim with water. Our goal is to slosh the water around so that it goes into a nice swirl. We don't want to jerk and have it spill out over the side. Instead, we're wanting just a nice, smooth movement. Okay? And we're going to do that with our pelvis. So the pelvis is in neutral. First, let's go into imprint, bringing the water toward us, and then over to the left hip drops, and now instead of coming back to neutral, challenge yourself, roll away. So now the pelvis is tilted away from you, and now roll on over to the right, trying to keep those knees still, and on into imprint, and back over to the left side. Tilted away from you, over to the right, and to imprint, over to the left, tilted away from you, over to the right, and back to imprint. 1 more, over to the left, away from you, over to the right, and back to imprint. Now we're switching directions, over to the right, tilted away from you, over to the left, and back to imprint. Over to the right, and tilt away. Over to the left and back to imprint. Over to the right and tilt away. Over to the left and back to imprint. One more time. Over to the right and tilt away. Over to the left and back to imprint. Good. Return the pelvis back to neutral. We're going to do some hip release, so we'll go right leg first. We want to make sure the abs are active, holding the ribs to the hips, and I'm going to put my arms back by my sides here. Right leg, inhale, the knee opens, the leg slides away. Exhale, rotate and bend. Inhale, open, slide, exhale, rotate and bend. Inhale, open, slide, exhale, rotate and bend. Switching directions. Inhale, slide, rotate, exhale, bend, and up. Inhale, slide, rotate, exhale, bend, and up. Inhale, slide, rotate, exhale, bend, and up. Good. Left side. Inhale, open, slide, exhale, rotate, and bend. Inhale, open, slide, exhale, rotate, and bend. Inhale, open, slide, exhale, rotate, and bend. Switch directions. Inhale, slide, rotate, exhale, bend, and up. Inhale, slide, rotate, exhale, bend, and up. Inhale, slide, rotate, exhale, bend, and up. Good. Go ahead, roll onto your side. We're going to do a spinal rotation. We want the knees in line with the hips. Arms are going to come straight out in front of the shoulders. And you want to make sure that you're lifted up on the shoulder. If you were sinking onto your shoulder, your side would be flat on the mat. If you're lifted up, it's going to be really easy to create a nice space with the waist away from the floor. Okay, inhale, the top arm lifts up from the shoulder and your head follows it as it moves. Exhale, rotate, open, and hold and breathe. Inhale. Inhale, rotate back to center, moving from your abdominals. Exhale, the arm closes. Inhale, the top arm lifts. And exhale, rotate open. Inhale. Exhale. Inhale, the top arm lifts using the abdominals. Exhale, close. Good. And let's switch sides. Right up on that shoulder. You want to make sure too, really angle your sits bones out. Okay, so make sure you're not scooped under like this. Really stick your butt out. Inhale, the top arm lifts. Exhale, rotate open. And you're always going to have one tighter side. Inhale, rotate back to center, and exhale, close. Inhale, the top arm lifts. Exhale, rotate open. Inhale. Inhale, the top arm lifts, and exhale, close. Very good. Let's come on to our backs. We're going to go into ab prep. So the heels are in line with the sits bones, arms are by your sides. Nice neutral pelvis, nice relaxed hip flexors. If you're feeling grippy in your hips, take your thumbs, push in there, because we really want to get those hip flexors to be relaxed. Okay? Arms are by your sides. Make sure ribs are angled down to the pelvis. Inhale, lengthen the back of the neck. Exhale, the bottom rib folds in to lift the upper body and the arms reach by the sides. Inhale here. And exhale, lower. Inhale. Lengthen. Exhale, the bottom rib tucks in to lift. Inhale. And exhale, lower. Inhale into the sides of the ribs, lengthen the neck. Exhale, the rib cage pivots to lift it up. Inhale. And exhale, lower. One more time. Inhale, head nod. Exhale, lift. Inhale. And exhale, lower. Very good. We're going to go into the 100. So we've established that nice neutral pelvis as a base. Now, if you've been doing these, you know how to pick your stage for the 100. So we're going to move past it. If you don't know about the 100, you should check out my video. Inhale, lift one leg to tabletop. Exhale, lift the other. Find that inner thigh connection. Squeeze those knees. Remember, in something like 75% of people, inner thigh connection will lead to abdominal connection. Okay? Inhale into the sides of the ribs, head nod. Exhale, the upper body lifts. And let's reach the legs. Here we go. Inhale, 2, 3, 4, 5. Exhale. Inhale. Exhale. Inhale. If your neck gets tired, look right and left. Last set. Inhale, bend the knees. Upper body lowers. Exhale, set one foot down and the other. Good. Take a moment. Reach long. Get a nice stretch for the abdominals because we're going to go into the abs series. Okay. Arms come by your sides. Knees are bent. We're going to start with single leg stretch. So, neutral pelvis. Inhale into the sides of the ribs. Exhale, lift one leg and then the other. Inhale, lengthen the back of the neck. Exhale, the upper body lifts. Inhale, and exhale. Right leg in, left leg out. Inhale, exhale. Try to put very little pressure on your legs as you're moving. Inhale, exhale, lower the upper body, set one foot down and the other. We're going to do our modification for obliques. Left hand comes across the body, touches down on the right thigh, and the right fingertips come just behind that right ear onto the skull. This way we can make sure that we're nice and supported with our head and our neck, and also that we're working from the obliques as opposed to trying to lift and twist from our neck. Okay? So start here looking at the ceiling. You want to keep the neck stable. Inhale. Exhale. We're lifting up and on an angle. Let that belly button draw down toward your spine. Inhale back to center. And exhale. Inhale back to center. And we're going to switch sides. So the left fingertips come behind the left ear. Right arm comes across, fingertips touch down on the left thigh. Inhale here, and exhale. And back to center. All right. Excuse me. Inhale into the sides of the ribs. And exhale, lift one leg up to tabletop. And then the other. Abs are down toward the spine. Inhale. And exhale, the upper body lifts. Let's let the knees come on in. And let's do a lifted and supported hug here for a minute. Stretching the low back. Bringing the knees straight in toward the shoulders. Now let the pelvis come back to neutral. Inhale here. Exhale, double leg stretch. Inhale, circle in. And exhale, reach. Inhale. And exhale. Now reach the legs straight up toward the ceiling for scissors. Inhale, exhale, exhale. We're going to do the short range of movement for the first 5, and then we're going to do the full range of movement for the last 5. So this is 3. Last set. And then the full movement. Inhale, bend the knees and lower the upper body, one foot down and then the other. Let's take a nice stretch on the mat. Reach fingers through toes. And now let's roll onto the stomach. We're going to do some cobra prep. Okay, so bring your hands right on either side of your chest. Have your legs in parallel, all the way together preferably, but if you have pain in your tailbone, put a little bit of space between your legs. Now I want you to send your arms out on 45-degree angles until your until your hands come a little bit above where your face is, okay? Now, roll the right shoulder blade onto the back. Roll the left shoulder blade onto the back. I want you to find muscular energy to reach through your body, push your big toenails into the mat, reach through your head. Inhale, lift your low belly to your spine, and open your chest forward. And exhale, lower. Leave your hands where they're at. We're going to do one more of these. Roll the right shoulder blade onto the back. Roll the left shoulder blade onto the back. Reach nice and long through your spine. Push down into the big toenails. Inhale, lift the low belly to the spine and bring the chest forward. And exhale, lower. Good, take a moment, really relax. We're going to do another back strengthening exercise. We're going to do another yoga pose too. We're going to do Sphinx. So I want you to keep your legs like they are. Lift your upper body. Bring your elbows under your shoulders. Palms are going to be flat onto the mat. Ground down through your pelvis. Draw your low belly up toward your spine and let your chest rotate forward. As you breathe, think of letting your chest soften toward the wall in front of you. And exhale, lower down. Take a nice deep breath here, breathing into the low back. And then your hands come under your shoulders and you can press up. Let your knees go wide if you want to go into child's pose. This will give you a good stretch in your hips. Or if you want to do shell stretch, legs are going to be parallel. You can still have space between them. And then when you sit back, you'll get a stretch for your low back. And go ahead, come up and take a seat. We're going to do a little spine twist. So your legs will go straight out in front of you. Take a moment, rock side to side to scoot the tissue out of the way so that you can feel your sits bones really ground down into the floor. Let's bend the left leg. Bring it up very close toward you. Find energy through your right leg so that the right heel presses down into the floor. And then let's bring the left foot across. Lift nice and tall. Draw the belly button to the spine. You're going to rotate open and let the back of the right arm come up against your left thigh. If that doesn't work for you, hook it with your elbow and twist into it that way. And exhale, release. Good, and we will switch. So slide that left leg out. Find the sits bone. Bend the right knee. Bring it on up. Bring it across the body. Lift nice and tall as you ground down through the left heel. Lift and lengthen. Rotate into the stretch. Remember, you can hook that knee or go back of the arm against the thigh. Inhale to lengthen and exhale to soften. And rotate back to center. Release the legs. I hope you have enjoyed this video. If you have, please subscribe to my YouTube channel. Or also you can find me on my website at www.custompilatesandyoga.com.
Thank you.